So welcome back to Lex Reads. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about some authors, some Black authors, some Black women authors that I think don't get the praise and recognition. I always say we tend to talk about the same authors when it comes to, Black literature. And although those authors are great, they have earned the praise and recognition. But when I tell you, we have so many great Black women authors in this world. There's so many hidden gem books, so many hidden gem stories. They do get overlooked. And I do remember when I started, my whole journey when it came to reading, I really wanted to immerse myself in Black literature and especially Black women literature because, again, they just get, pushed in the back burner. And I just want more people to read them and read these authors because, I mean, a good story is a good story. So I wanted to share four authors. I probably am going to be doing more of these, but these are the four that stuck out to me that I noticed not a lot of people talk about, and we are going to talk about them today. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, this author, you do got to get your mind right. If you're not comfortable with reading like trauma-filled books or very just hard topics, I don't think she would be the one for you. And that is Gayl Jones. In particular, this book, or Ava's Man. With this book, you do have to get your mind right. And again, with a lot of her books, she writes heavy hitting things. She was actually discovered and published by Toni Morrison. So that's another thing. If you like Toni Morrison's book, or if you can take that, I would say you could take hers. Now, of course, Toni Morrison is in her own league, and then she's in her own league. She doesn't write like Toni Morrison, but you know how Toni Morrison, she has those heavy hitting topics like the bluest eye, that's pedophilia and incest. So yeah, this story in particular, you have a woman that has been abused by her, is it lover or husband, and she does something very badly, and you're hearing her story and her perspective while she is in jail. Again, this one you got to get your mind right because you can imagine a Black woman in jail, things happen, and then also the abuse that happened within her relationship. But overall, it was a great story. Also, it is not long at all. This book is less than 200 pages. Next is Tina McElroy Ansa. I'm probably saying this name so wrong, but this book, Ugly Ways, I think she actually just passed recently, but she is an author that tells all types of stories, and that's one thing that I like about her. You know how you have like the same author, you know how you have an author where she writes like the same kind of story, but just like different settings, or the same character in just a different setting. She does not do that. With this story in particular, you have a family, it's a family saga. And these sisters, they go back home because their mother has passed, so they're going to the funeral. And you can imagine all this stuff comes up because there's so many secrets and deception and lies. Y'all know, love secrets like that because, again, drama and tea. This tells all of that, and just to see every sister's perspective, to see what the mom did, what she didn't do, and all of that. And I love their name. Their last name is Lovejoy. And you have a mom that always talks about, like the ugly ways, and really it's like the mom telling the story. Such a great story. This actually came out in the 90s. When books come out in the 90s, especially like Black literature books, Black women literature, because they always had like this kind of like artwork, like look at Waiting to Exhale. It's that kind of like similar artwork. Same thing with Brothers and Sisters by B.B. Moore Campbell. Love that. But yeah, this is a great book. Next is like One of the Family, Conversations from a Domestic Life by Alice Childress. Now, this book, y'all, hilarious, okay? Because you have a maid that she's a type of maid and worker where she come to work and it's kind of like, don't ask me to do nothing. And it's like, girl, is you serious? You're domestic and you lazy? How does that even go together? It does not go together. But you see the just her day-to-day life, and also her working in these white people homes, and the stuff that she be saying and going on, girl, it is so funny. You're literally having a conversation with her. Hilarious. This book, it will make you laugh. It made me laugh so much. I think did I do a reading vlog on this? I can't remember. But I laughed so much with this book because it just, some stuff I'm like, girl, you need to find another occupation because this is just not it for you. It is not it. But if you want a funny story, if you want a conversational piece, I would say read this book. It is hilarious. And then the last author that I want to mention and book is it's a collection of short stories called Neighbors and Other Stories. It's by Diane Oliver. Diane Oliver sadly was killed in a car accident when she was only like in her early 20s. She had just graduated from college and she did little short stories in some like academic journals, and also at her university she did, some short stories. Last year, her family finally was able to put a collection of short stories together. How I became aware of her is through anthologies, and I had never heard of Diane Oliver. And I actually remember reading her story. I think it is Neighbor, when you have a young boy. He is going to be going to an integrated school, and the family is really worried. It's like the night before. They're worried about the little boy because it's like he's going to be the first, ever. And yeah, such a great story, such a great author. And I was so excited when I saw that this was going to get released. The day that it got released, I went and got it. It also is a really good introduction by Tari Jones. I also watched the day of publication. They had some of her family members come out, and Tari Jones, and also another author that really knows Diane really well. They had a conversation, an event, and it was so good. And they talked about Diane, they talked about her love of writing and the fact that they had her family there. And they just were so overjoyed that finally Diane is getting, her works out there and people are going to be able to go to the store and buy her book. I love that for them. And if you are a person that does love short stories, I would say get into this book. Also, if you're a person that you want to get into short stories, I would also say pick this book up. And I love, love, love the cover. Isn't that pretty? Oh. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to this video. Again, recognizing Black authors, Black women authors that don't, really just get the name recognition. And like I always say, we have so many great writers that just can tell a fantastic story. And these authors and these stories are top tier. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.